Can you really make money from staking in cryptocurrencies? What is staking? How does it work? What's the risks? What's the benefits? How do you do that? That's what we are going to talk about today. By the way, if you would like to receive more technology related videos like this about crypto, don't forget to subscribe. So back to our topic, what's staking? Staking is basically a way that you can earn awards for holding certain cryptocurrency. And when you're holding that, sometimes your holding will be locked for a certain period of time, and then you contribute your computational power to verify certain things. Then after the period, you got some rewards. Sounds complex. We will go into the details later. Some example of the digital cryptocurrencies they allow you to stake. It's like Ethereum, Cosmos. Some other coins usually they are like more modern than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the kind of using different kinds of mechanisms. So staking is one of the consensus mechanisms. What is consensus mechanism? Consensus mechanism is the way a digital currency is used to verify the transaction, because there can be a lot of fraudulent transactions that happen in certain crypto currencies. And how to prevent that is they either use a proof of work, which is using a lot of people's mining power, computational power, and bidding to solve certain problems. When you solve that, basically you are preventing those, because it's a very complex math formula. When you solve those math equations, you can prevent fraudulent transactions. So it's proof of work. It's what Bitcoin use. And another is a proof of stake, which is some other currency like Ethereum 2.0 uses. So what's proof of work? Proof of work is very famous way. If I say mining, you probably know. So how do you do this? You set up your mining procedure, and maybe 100 computers mining, they're competing to solve certain math equations, and whoever can solve that first gets reward. And usually the one who can solve that first is the one who has the most computational power. So they make one really, really bad cycle is if the competition for mining is very, very strong, then you kind of spend so much resources to just do one unit of things. So when competition like super high, it's like 10x, 100x, the cost for one transaction increase 100x in terms of computational power, energy spent. So that's why people always say like Bitcoin is really, really energy inefficient. Also, you probably heard of Tesla originally wanted to use Bitcoin for their transaction. I mean, you can use Bitcoin to buy Tesla, and then after a while they withdraw this policy because using Bitcoin for transactions in Tesla is just kind of defeat their own purpose, which is energy saving, environmental friendly. Because a lot of consumers using Bitcoin means the mining competition is getting high, then the per unit transaction is very, 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 very costly in terms of energy. So that's why they withdraw and try to use some other more modern digital currencies like Dogecoin. Okay, so that's proof of work. And one typical example is Bitcoin. So proof of stake, it's our main topic, our main focus today. It's basically you're still solving the math problems, but you don't compete with some other people in the kind of who's the first way. Okay, so mining is too energy intense, and some other people actually from the forum they propose, how about we do staking? So some users on the forum digital community propose this concept, and people start to really implement that, and that's how the stake was born. So staking is basically I promise I will hold a certain amount of this amount of digital currency. There's an Ethereum, 32 Ethereum coins for a certain period of time as my deposits. And when I put this deposit in that, I also do the verification job, which is solving math problems to verify the transaction. So if the transaction I verify, it's actually those transactions are actually legit, valid, I can get my deposit, which is the money I stake, back, and I also got some rewards. So I earn some money, maybe 5% of my money, right? But if my computational verification fail, which means there are some fraudulent transactions in under my watch, right? They got problems, means my computation it's not legit, it's invalid. So I will get punished. Maybe my staking will be taken by the platform, or I will get some punishment. So that's the reason I need to stake certain money before doing verification. There's kind of a deposit. Because somebody can say, well, I want to verify 100 transactions, but they actually didn't do anything, or they use the shitty computer to do that, and they won't. Sometimes it doesn't work. Then they just go away. They just get a reward and go away. So that's what they don't want to prevent this kind of situation from happening. So they need the validators to pay some deposit, which is staking. So how it works is if we talk about that in a simpler language, is putting tokens on the line for a chance to add to a new block for new reward. So staking is also slightly like a bidding mechanism, because a lot of people want to be a validator, right? A lot of people want to do staking. So you need to put the money. So, I have this much of money, I want to do staking. The more money you put, the more chance you got to be selected. But this way is different from Bitcoin. It's like everyone spending energy to mine something, and who's the first. So end up with people spending a lot of energy. And this one is like people spending coins there, cryptocurrencies there. It's not really physical energy. So that's very huge difference in terms of energy consumption. So there's some unfair things. Is the more money you stake, which means rich people, they stake a lot of money, they got higher chance to be selected as a validator, so they can earn the rewards. And state tokens, it's you need to staked tokens. It's a security deposit, right? So after the validator is chosen, which I'm chosen, then I need to compute. My computer will perform validation. If the validation, the transaction that I validate is good, means I can get rewards. So that's how it works. And that some details about that is when the block is added into a blockchain, new coins are minted as my reward. That's how I get rewards. Usually it's from the same kinds of digital currency. That's a very interesting mechanism. It's quite much smarter than mining. In my opinion, it's really, really much better. So that's why I don't really bullish for Bitcoin. The new kinds of currencies, they have staking mechanisms is much better. Okay, so when there are more validators, definitely I got less rewards. That's a little bit like competition, but it's not like electricity competition. And as for what are the advantages of staking, there are some things that you can treat as your passive income. It's similar to interest and the dividends, but there are some risks, which I'll mention later. And some other things, it's the staking compared to mining. It's kind of like they make the whole thing. The overall, I haven't really go into detail. I won't do that in this video, but it make the digital currencies, cryptocurrencies more efficient, more resistant to attack. And there are some risks. I think that's really important. If you want to do staking, you need to know crypto prices are volatile. So if I stake 32 Ether0 or certain 32 coins, certain coins there, right? I need to lock up because when I do staking, I need to lock up for a certain period of time. Maybe after that period of time, these digital currencies that drop 50%, and I got 5% of reward. So in total, I lose roughly 45% of the money. So if you want to do staking, you better do for the digital currency that's on the rise or it's less volatile, right? If this is really volatile, the reward you get doesn't matter. That's why a lot of new currencies, their staking rewards in terms of percentage is super high, because they don't even know what's the price that will be next second. And also when your stake tokens will be locked up for a certain period of time, and if you say, oh, I don't want to do staking anymore, I want to withdraw. Sometimes for certain currencies, unstaking takes time. Okay, it maybe takes few days. That's your risk. If you want your money to be as liquid as possible, don't do staking. Okay, so how to start? How to start staking, how you can do that. One easiest way, which is what most people do, is staking via crypto exchange like Coinbase or some other exchanges. They do everything for you. They actually they use their computational powers to do staking behind the scene. You just need to stake your coins. But if you want to be a full validator without using those exchangers, that means you need to have your own computer. You need to have your technical knowledge, and set up your own computer, dedicated computer that can be running without runtime, 24/7, to do staking. Otherwise, if your computer fail in the middle of verification, you'll be punished, right? So you need to set up a lot of your computer, and it's quite troublesome. That's why most individual people don't do that. Only a large organization, similar to Bitcoin farming, but it's not entirely the same. You do that for staking. Okay, so that's the very interesting detailed introduction to cryptocurrency staking. Very interesting mechanisms. And if you would like to receive more crypto related videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription is really my best encouragement to make more videos like these. Other than that, take care, enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.